And what's cool is Walker's one of the guys I interviewed. He said, hey, look, for 96% of businesses, they've never done more than $1 million of revenue. And so the reality is those businesses are usually able to be bought for a similar down payment to a home in America. So if you start improving your credit score, having liquidity, even that savings might not get you a high rate of return. It might give you seasoned money that helps you to get a loan to acquire that business.
Yeah.
Money can be complicated. Let a nerd help you. We're here to demystify the complex nature of money by getting you answers from financial nerds and whiz kids. Welcome to Ask the Money Nerds, a weekly segment of the Wealth Labs podcast where we answer your most pressing money questions. How do you create financial independence? It's a big thing, right? What if you're just starting out and not sure what to do? Or if you're saving money, what do you do next? Does it make sense to buy a business? And how would you even go about doing that? Those questions and more on today's episode of Ask the Money Nerds. What's up?
Are you feeling inspired from your pipe smoke?
You just said it smelled really good because I know some people are going to lecture me for doing this in front of you.
I know. This is the third time only, so it's no big deal. But it does have a really great smell to it, oddly enough. I can't believe I'm saying that.
It's not like it's like what Bill Clinton said. He never inhaled.
Oh, okay.
Like, isn't that funny when you look back, like, I never smoked. I didn't inhale the weed. I just, I'm like, dude, come on.
I just touched my lips. Okay. But I like today's question. It's from Carla. She's 24. And she just has this strong desire to be financially independent. So I want to support her in her journey by answering her question, but I do want to provide some encouragement. So I think sometimes as people are starting to realize like, oh, there's holes in my philosophy around money, or I didn't learn certain aspects about the financial industry and how to be financially independent. It feels like when you start out that you're drinking from a fire hose. It feels overwhelming sometimes, and that there's so many acronyms and things to understand. So I'm just encouraging, if you don't feel like you're in a place where you have the information that you need, just keep plugging along, keep listening to podcasts like this or reading the books, and you'll build upon the knowledge that you have, and it will continue to expand. And the opportunity for everyone to be financially independent is there. It's not just reserved for a select few people in society. So are you ready to dive in?
I'm ready.
Are you feeling inspired over there?
Yep.
Gunderson? Okay.
More intellectual because of this?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I'm getting secondhand intellect over here.
How's the secondhand intellect for you?
I'm feeling very enlightened.
Are you feeling, is it the tobacco went right to your head, like hot boxed? All right, Carla. She says, I'm 24 years old and I have failed to save money up until this year. Although I'm thankful I'm figuring out how important financial literacy is a lot earlier than many people, I still feel as though I am somewhat late in the game. I have a couple of $1,000s in my 401k and almost $6,000 in savings. However, I know that saving money in a bank account won't make me more money. I am unsure about what my next step should be. I have been thinking about getting a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, as well as wanting to start a business or participate in the biggest wealth transfer of our generation by acquiring a business. My boyfriend, who has also been my best friend for the last 10 years, is a lot better at saving money. We both have money in crypto, and he has some money in savings as well. All this to say, I want nothing more than to be financially independent and need some help. Cool.
Garrett, let's give her some help.
All right. Yeah, good question. Nice details. Let's begin with the basics of finance. She says, I know I'm not going to earn any money in my savings account. Well, yeah, but you do have peace of mind. You do have stability. You do have staying power. So the best thing to do is automate that savings. So every time a paycheck comes in for you or your boyfriend, have an automatic percentage set aside into a wealth capture account. That's a checking, money market, or savings account. Automatically. If that can be a sweep relationship where the bank just does it every time you make a deposit in your personal account, a percentage goes to that, you've paid yourself first. If you do that, you don't have to budget as long as you don't borrow with whatever money's left over. So as you get there, then the second thing I'd look at is like, okay, once you built up that savings, when it gets past 6 months of your expenses, now you have cash to consider allocating towards investing. Now I might take, once I get 3 months, start putting it into cash flow banking, which is overfunded cash value, so that you have savings accounts and cash value accounts for your liquidity.
And then it's really along the way figuring out what you're going to invest in. If she's looking at a business, that's great. What type of business? What can you do right now to invest in yourself to gain those business skills, right? Whether it's the books you read, or we have other videos here on YouTube where I've interviewed, business acquisition specialists and brokers, so you can really start to prepare for that. And what's cool is Walker's one of the guys I interviewed. He said, hey, look, for 96% of businesses, they've never done more than $1 million of revenue. And so the reality is those businesses are usually able to be bought for a similar down payment to a home in America. So if you start improving your credit score, having liquidity, even that savings might not get you a high rate of return. It might give you seasoned money that helps you to get a loan to acquire that business.
Yeah.
But you want to start gaining those skills. So are you working in an organization or for a business that you can learn about the things that would be instrumental if you were to buy or start a business? That's the key. Even if it's a different pay scale, the lessons that you could learn, I think, are going to be the instrumental piece.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think there should be any fear about money sitting in a savings account. Like you said, there's actually great value into having that.
Yeah, letting it sit there for your whole life is a problem. But letting it sit there for even years at times isn't a problem. It's better than burning through that money or investing in things that weren't the right investment just because you felt like you had the money and you had to allocate it.
Don't underestimate the power of having a peace of mind. I honestly, from my personal life, an example, when I have peace of mind, I operate in a whole different way. I show up differently.
You're so much nicer to me.
My energy level is,
you sing more.
Different. I sing more. I dance more. No, I think peace of mind should not be overlooked, and it will leverage what you want to do moving forward when you have it. And having money in a savings account will provide that for some people.
So finding a business that you could work for, or business programs that you could learn from, or reading and investing your time on what would it be like to acquire a business or start a business, and then find mentors in that arena.
Yeah.
Because being young, there's an advantage there because people like to pay it forward and really search out those relationships, whether you work for them, whether you just have some meetings here and there. Like I learned so much in my early 20s by people that just were willing to meet with me and talk to me.
Yeah.
Right. Because I was young and, I went and interviewed them.
Right. And it's not about just, hey, can I take you to coffee and pick your brain? Right. You
Don't
talk
use
about
the
this.
word pick your brain.
No,
it just
it's
sounds
overused.
like you're taking.
It's unappealing. Don't say, can I pick your brain?
One of my early mentors was a professor I had that was a money manager before he was a professor. And I took him and worked out because he wanted to get in shape. So I was like, awesome.
Let it be about value exchange. You can still provide value even if you're in the place of being a learner and being younger than the person that you're meeting with.
Right.
Okay. So understanding the basics of finances, paying yourself first.
Keep your credit score high because you're going to want that to get a loan. Get your financial house in order so that your financials look good. Establish a relationship with a bank or with,
How do you establish a relationship with a bank when you're 24 or?
I don't know. Like if you're going to buy a business, I'd just email james@lendbase.com and be like, hey, I'm looking to buy a business. What do I need to do? Right. Maybe we'll just bring him on as one of our money nerds and talk through that. But this is the time to invest in yourself. Don't worry as much about investing in real estate or investing in, investments like stocks. Think more of like your knowledge as a potential business owner can, even if it takes longer to get to that acquisition, can be accelerated once that happens. And learn before you have money at stake. Learn from people and the lessons that they have. Figure out how you can cash flow from day one. I would go read the book Zigzag Principle by Rich Christensen. Phenomenal business book, or Bootstrap Business by Rich Christensen. We got to have him on again. I mean, it's been, I don't know when the last time we've had him on video with me, but
a very long time.
That is the key. I would use him as kind of a really important figure to figure out what you want to do here with this. But yeah, the thought of being a potential business owner to me is one of the key ways to become financially independent. You have a lot more upside potential. You have influence over your investments and the things that you do, but build that foundation, the right financials, the right credit score, a few relationships, paying yourself first, building up some savings, cashflowbanking.com, some of those basic things. And then you're going to have a good foundation for building this. But you don't have to go borrow money to start a business because you can profit up front with, a lot of my books that will be coming out book that's coming out. It has a whole segment on that. That was the most popular segment with the reading group. So maybe we'll have to do some more videos on cycle of creation and profiting up front with business ideas. But this is kind of the basics. And, you know, we have cool resources, especially around cash flow. If you go to wealthfactory.com/megakit, you can download Killing Sacred Cows or What Would Billionaires Do and a cash flow guide. And we'll stay in touch with you, obviously, and over time try to sell you stuff. I mean, you know, candidly, but give you a ton of value first.
Yeah. One of the things that I would like to add to the conversation when Carla's looking at investing in herself or other people that are listening, one of the things that I think is so important is learning how to communicate and how do I have conversations with business owners and what does negotiation look like and how do I read contracts? And I think the social, emotional part of business is essential, like being able to have conversations and being emotionally in tune with people. And it's kind of something that's overlooked. EQ, IQ is praised a lot of times, but really having those interpersonal skills to have the conversations.
What do you think I have more of, IQ or EQ? You laugh. You just laugh. That's your response to that. Like, oh, not a lot of either. I mean, it's hard to say.
It's about a 50-50 split. No, I'm kidding. Don't answer that question about me. I have LQ, laughing intelligence. No, there's more to me than that.
LQ, Q's not intelligence.
No. EQ, IQ. Okay, let's just edit that out and we'll move on.
and look, Mega Kit's with the free resources, but if someone's willing to make some investment in themselves, wealthfactory.com/scale, SCALE, is where they can actually get our digital business building program. That I'm only one part of that. We've got Brandon and Norm and Matt, who are all kind of part of the business team and with growing Wealth Factory. So that's a really cool program that, to kind of check out as a great starter. We've mentioned some of Rich Christensen's books as resources as well. So I like where her head's at. You could tell it's in a good place based upon the question.
Yeah, I like her energy and her desire around it. I think one other thing, we'll link to some of the videos with Walker Diebel that you did. And that's about business.
Is it Diebel or Diebel?
Diebel,
Doble.
So we'll link to those videos so you have access to them as well. And it's all about business acquisition. So
awesome. Want to master your money? Want to figure out the things that you could do to improve your finances? Click here and check out more videos like this on Money Matters.